Hi, everybody. I'm Andrea,
And I'm Adina.
and together we are Emma, and we welcome you to a new video. This is done as a reply to one of the questions we receive during our Date Your Job series every Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. UK time, where we meet and talk about well-being in corporate world. So if you want to find out more, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and please come to our free chats. We would like to hear what you think about your well-being and to hear your impression, your ideas, your recipes for success. So today's questions is a very interesting one and one I feel very deeply is I'm doing more work because I don't like letting people down. Well, mm, another question would be, are you letting yourself down? And why do other people's opinions and thoughts matter more than your well-being? Taking more work, how are you setting up boundaries? Do you have any? What happens with your boundaries when they meet other people? And how committed are you to enforcing these boundaries? These are some questions we invite you to reflect upon. We have a whole episode on setting boundaries, and we will do more videos. Feel free to ask more questions. But letting other people down means you think of other people more than you think about yourself. And it has a history. Definitely, there is a history there. I used to consider what my family thinks and feels much more than myself. So I used to do whatever they wanted, no matter what the repercussions were for me, even if I felt something was wrong. In my work, this extended to getting more and more work to prove myself because other people thinking highly of me was important for me. And I could prove my devotion and my loyalty to them by doing more work myself. And of course, that came behind with an idea of control. I could control whatever I was doing myself. And I was taking more work because I wanted to save people. Why should they work more? I can do it. I'm okay with it. When in fact, none of this was true for myself. And I needed to get sick to realize that. It was a really tough wake up call, one I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy or on anybody for that matter. Um, and it made me reflect on myself and it made me think and uh, realize I have at least four other people in my head, if not more. And all of them are criticizing me and are pointing the mistakes I made. And I'm pointing how wrong I am. And are always criticizing me. So they are not saying good things. And if the voices in my head say that about me, where is my role in all this? And I started changing the dialogue I have with myself and slowly putting myself first. Like in a plane, the advice is put your own oxygen mask on before putting it on anybody else. Meaning if you are not okay, you will let people down anyway because you're not okay. And no matter how much you're trying to prove you're okay, that's not true in reality. So where are you in the story? How do you position yourself? Why take on more work? Do you know how to set up boundaries? Ask us. We have some ideas. It might not fit you, but it will get you to a good starting point. What do you feel in your body when you take on more work? I used to feel nauseous at a certain point. I wanted to, I took it, and at the same time, my body was saying, don't do it. And I didn't listen. So, are you listening to your body? It's great that you said you are going to the gym and practice mindfulness, but outside pressure, it's outside. How much of that do you take in and what it does to you? Do you communicate that? Is there a communication between you and the external pressure? Do people around you know that? There will always be more work. It will never stop. That's a reality in every job. If there are some quiet moments, yes, thank you. Everybody says, thank you, thank you. I can actually relax. But there are few and far in between. There is always pressure, especially when facing clients, dealing with cutoffs, in everywhere. End of month, end of quarter, end of fiscal year, deadlines, KPIs, uh, everything is pressure. Numbers. You need to meet the numbers to make the quotas. Come on, do it. How about you? Where are you in all this? And what are the benefits of you taking on more work? Because you're not taking only for external pressure and for the opinions of others. You have some benefits. And sometimes we don't see that side because we say, well, I do this and it hurts me. But yeah, but you're doing it because you have some benefits. What are those? And look at them, see what the cons are, and match them together. See, is it worth it? And if there's a minus there, and if it's not worth it, come up with a strategy, with a plan to create a practice and routine that works for you daily. To organize your work in a certain way and to put yourself first and to figure out a strategy to work when work becomes too much. What do you give up? What do you let go of to meet that pressure? And try it out for a month, not a week, a month. So you have time to figure out all the pros and cons and see if that works and not tweak it. We have in our programs energetic tools, practices, short meditations that can help you. Let us know and we'll share that. We can do more. We can do a strategy together if that is the case, but we're not going, this is not the video for it. But the important thing is for you to do something. And the fact that you asked the question here is amazing, an amazing first step. And it's all part of putting yourself first. Because the only person you're letting down is you. That's it for me. Hope this helps. Adina, what do you think?
Well, similar to you. I mean, this letting people down, it's so incorrect. It's a limiting belief because if you think about it, it's what does it mean to let people down? They are going to be disappointed in me. And what happens if they are going to be disappointed? Let's just, process this. Well, they are not going to like me. And what's happening if they're not going to like me? Well, maybe they won't take care of me, or they are not going to look at me, and what happens if that happens? Well, then I won't feel good. And what do you do if you don't feel good? Well, then I will feel sad and alone and isolated. And then what do you do? Well, I think if I feel sad and isolated, I'll just, withdraw in myself. And okay, so how long can you continue that? Well, for a while, and then I'm going to try to find other people. If you stay in that unhappiness state for too long, you're doing it to yourself. If you don't, you find other people, but you cannot define yourself and your value on whatever other people say about you. Imagine we are all doing the same. We're all one going in circle of after the other person. No, know your value as a person. You're the only one who can give yourself a value. And start from there. Self-love. I like myself. I don't think I'm letting people down if I tell them no to this. I don't think I will make anybody disappointed in me if I'm not going to take these tasks. Give yourself permission to not let yourself down. We're working a lot with permission in our courses and everything we're doing because it's so foreigner to people to understand what permission is. They don't even think they have a choice. They don't have a choice, exactly as this person is asking us not to do the work. Who is going to do it? Well, other people, I would imagine. That's why you have work. If you cannot do it during that time of the day, you leave it for tomorrow and then you continue it. If it's too much, you look a little at your job description, you have a chat with your manager, with your HR, with anybody, and say, something doesn't balance anymore. Things change since the time I was hired on this job description and these details. The workload increased. People maybe left the team and you had to take from other people, which is happening a lot. That's not in your job description. That's not on the market. You compare with other things and you say, you raise your hand, your voice, and you say your concerns. It's not all the heaviness and burden of the world on your shoulder, only if you let it be. And then if you let it be, you have to ask yourself, why do I do this to myself? Who am I actually owning the self-esteem and the self-worth? Who is defining me and my reality? Other people outside of me or myself? They don't know your experience. They don't know what's happened to you when you go home and you're so tired after all this and the pressure and the work that you don't even have energy to cook a healthy meal for yourself. You can make all the money in the world and be in the most amazing position. If you cannot enjoy after or during, what's the point? There are so many hours on the day to do that. And I do believe, because we're not advocating here for people to leave their job, actually, it's the opposite. We're advocating for people to enjoy their job. But for this, there is a whole conversation that we're starting in the corporate world. We need to talk about emotion. We need to talk about how do I react when I'm feeling pressure, how other people are reacting, and what tools is the company providing me to help me with that. Can I talk with somebody? Can I take breaks? Can I say I need some days when I just need to think about it, not to all the time do stuff? Can I say no to stuff? Is there a job evaluation going on? Maybe things needs to be reviewed. It's amazing, the same as Andrea said, mindfulness, to practice mindfulness, to go to the gym and to do all that and to start saying no. It's absolutely amazing. It needs consistency. It's a start. We need breaks. We need downtime. We cannot function all the time 100%. I don't think even a car can go, I don't know, 70 miles per hour for how long? Until the fuel is gone. You cannot go at the same level all the time. It's impossible. That's why we get into burnout. Because we're trying always to not let people down, to do everything, to do all that. But why? It's a job. The point is to have things to do. What happens if you don't? Yes, you have breaks, but what happens if you continuously don't? Somebody's going to notice, and then guess what's going to happen? They are going to make a restructure. What's the point if you don't have work? But what do you do with the work that is put on you? Because you sign a contract for an amount of hours, for tasks, for your knowledge, and that's all. You get a remuneration for that. Stop there. Where is your value? Why are you giving more than that? It's not healthy. And the funny thing is, you're thinking you're doing a favor to the company. And in the end, it's actually the opposite. It's for a short time. And after that, either you're not going to be happy, either you're going to be stressed, either sick. Because the body will say no at one point. Say, I cannot all the time. It's not going to voice it as we're doing it now, but it's going to signaling you signal you through different pains and aches in the body, wherever it's actually weak, whatever part of the body it's weaker, that's where everything goes. You're going to get a disease and you're not going to be able to work. And then guess what? You're going to forget about all this pressure and all this letting people down because you let yourself down. So we hope it helps. We have loads of tools that we can share. We shared also in the other videos that we had. So have a look through our channel, subscribe to it to find out more, share it with your friends, and let us know how it works for you. We're curious to find out. And thank you very
And
much
good
for
luck.
being so open. And good luck.
We're here
Bye.
if you need us. Bye.